How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Sick Eric Tech. So the B30 Pro 5G is the latest device from NUU Mobile. They sent this out my way to check out. So we're going to go on over this device, all the specs, and all it has to offer for the low price of $299. $300 can be had off a NUU's website for, I believe it's $270, so an even better price, and you get a lot in the package for this device. So we're gonna go on over to NUU B30 Pro 5G right now. So let's get down into it. Before we do, consider subscribing to Sick Eric Tech. If you're here for the first time, welcome. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, that way you don't miss out on future videos just like the one you're about to watch today. All right, so let's find out what comes in the box of the NUU B30 Pro 5G. Now, unlike all your other flagship smartphones, you actually get everything you need in the box included. That's just wild to me that such a cheap device, $300 device, you have everything you need in the box. $1,000 devices, you don't have everything you need in the box. So here is the packaging for the NUU B30 Pro 5G. So here is the device inside. You do get your charging brick, which is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. I believe this is a 30-watt charger. And here are the specifications on that if you want to. You also do get your USB Type-C to C charging cable. Nice robust cable as well, done in white. You get your SIM ejection tool as well, so there you go for that. Nice little generic SIM ejection tool. And then going on over to this side, we have the actual device itself. We're going to have some nice gel silica packaging. Keep that away from the cats. You get some NUU stickers. NUU stickers, your quick start guide, and your jelly case Pro. And here it is right here. I believe there is also, there's also a screen protector installed on here as well. So wow, it's just crazy. $300 device, guys. You get more than your flagship devices get. Love this color. This is a very, very nice color. Look at this. Very nice and sheen. It is a glass back with a plastic frame. So obviously $300, they got to cut the costs a little bit. Here's a closer look at the cameras. So you do get 3 cameras on the rear. You get a 108 megapixel main sensor, 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 2 megapixel macro sensor or depth sensor, whatever it's going to be. Front camera's 32 megapixels. You can record all the way up to 4K, 30 frames per second, so that is quite nice to see. Some nice NUU logo right there, very subtle. So let's check out that SIM tray, see if there's anything fancy in here, if it's just a SIM tray or micro SD. Trying to get this out. So it is just a SIM, which it looks like it might be a dual SIM on there, so that's quite cool. So no expandable storage, so a little bit of a vibration on there. Sound a little bit mushy. There are some bubbles on the screen protector, so I probably will just take this off. There you go. Don't like screen protectors on my device. So yeah, very, very nice. You get your power button, you get your volume rocker over here on this side. On the bottom, you get your microphone, SIM tray, USB Type-C, one of your speakers. On this side, you get absolutely nothing. Top, you get another speaker, an IR blaster, and another microphone. And here are the cameras again on the back, along with your flash. It does have an in-display fingerprint sensor that is quite nice. So we're gonna go ahead and set this bad boy up and come back, and through movie magic, it would have been a week gone by that I would have been using this device. So there you go, unboxing of the NUU B30 Pro. So going on over to the display of the NUU B30 Pro, you get a 6.7-inch AMOLED display Has a resolution of 1080 by 2400, which means it's full HD plus. Also has a refresh rate of 120 Hz with 405 pixels per inch. This is a fantastic display. It's large. The only downside some people may not like is that it has curved edges. As far as the colors go, very saturated, very nice colors. It is an AMOLED display, so that's fantastic. It's not a LCD display, so that is really, really nice. As far as the brightness goes, it actually gets pretty bright outdoors. It's not going to be, your Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra or anything like that, but it is still legible in direct sunlight. So that is really, really nice. And it's a very nice display. You get a whole bunch cut out. Bezels are relatively slim. So it looks really, really good, especially for $300. And being an AMOLED, it's very sharp with that 120 Hz refresh rate. So the NUU B30 Pro does have a set of stereo speakers, but you do not have any support from Dolby Atmos or anything like that. So you're not going to have any sort of special effects when it comes down to equalizing music other than the stock equalizer. So let's go ahead and take a listen of the speakers of the NUU B30 Pro. Going on over to the design of this bad boy, it's going to have Gorilla Glass 3 on the back with a plastic frame, and you're going to have your dragon tail glass on the front covering that display. As far as the size goes, it is 6.37 inches tall, 2.92 inches wide, and 0.34 inches thin. There is no IP rating on here, so I would definitely be careful getting this thing wet and keeping it out of the tub, the toilet, the pool, etc. Maybe some light rain will be okay, but nothing more than that. When it comes down to the design, it looks very, very nice. I definitely like this green color, sort of like a green blue color. It only comes in this one color, so keep that in mind. I believe NUU said that they will eventually release other colors, but right now we only have it in this one colorway. And I think the design looks really good. I like the unique placement of the cameras on the back, sort of Apple, sort of not. And like I said, it does have curved edges. It feels nice in the hand with that glass back, and it's matte, so it doesn't really pick up fingerprints. It does pick up smudges a little bit easier than other devices, but still, the plastic frame, I would say, is the downside. It does not feel cold like some aluminum frames do, so keep that in mind. Some people may not even care, but it's nicely done design on this phone. It looks unique, and it looks very nice and premium, and it feels pretty good as well. So going on over to the features on here, you do get an in-display fingerprint sensor, which is actually quite good on here. It's not the fastest in the world, but it works really well, and it's actually pretty accurate when it comes down to that. You also do get facial recognition, which is really nice. You get an IR blaster up top, but you have to download a third-party remote app since there is not one included on the device, but it does work to control your TVs and things like that. It is unlocked and works with T-Mobile, 5G, Mint Mobile, and Google. It's not incompatible with Verizon, AT&T, or Cricket, so just keep that in mind. You are having Wi-Fi 6 on board with Bluetooth 5.2. It does support NFC, so you do have the option for your contactless payments on here, which is fantastic. Voice over LTE is supported, and it does also support a dual SIM card on here as well, so you can have two SIM cards in here at once. So going on over to the performance of this guy, it is running stock Android 13 with the promise of Android 14 coming. Now they did not clarify on when Android 14 will be coming, considering the fact that we're already going on to Android 15. Hopefully by the end of the year, this device will get Android 14. I'm not expecting it to get 15 or 16, since that's not how it works with these type of devices. You might get 2 years of security patches, but that's about it. It is running the MediaTek Dimensity 7050 processor, is a 2.6 gigahertz processor, and you have the GPU is going to be the ARM Mali G68MC4 GPU, 12 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of internal storage with no micro SD card support, sadly. This chipset is supposed to handle better frame rates while gaming and better thermals as well. Can take most of your high intensity games along with the occasional drop frame rate with just a little lag, but normal everyday use and multitasking is about average on here. It is a fast and snappy device. You also do get minimal bloatware on here as well, so it's not bogged down. With a bunch of useless apps on here and games and ads and stuff like that. But the performance on here is actually quite nice. Like I said, as far as handling games, it does handle games pretty well. It's not a Galaxy S24 Ultra or an actual gaming phone, but it will play your mostly high-tense games with no problems. Running at the almost highest settings on the game, so that's pretty cool. And with the 120 hertz refresh rate, actually makes everything run really nice. So yeah, the gaming on here is actually pretty good. Performance, no complaints. It is a fast and snappy device, and will get the job done at whatever you throw at it. Now going on over to the battery, you do have a 5000 milliamp hour battery with 30 watts charging. You do get the charger in the box, which is absolutely fantastic. It does not have wireless charging, obviously, and the battery life is actually quite good. You get a full day of usage with decent charging speeds, and I'm not complaining about the battery life. It actually lasts as long as I would need it to last. Of course, you're going to have to charge it overnight, but the battery life is actually quite good on the NUU B30 Pro 5G. Alright, so here's what you could expect on this front-facing camera of the NUU B30 Pro. Can record up to 1080p, 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second. And yeah, this is how the front-facing camera is going to look. Not the best in quality, definitely blown out background, but that's what it is for this $300 smartphone. This is what you could expect for the front-facing video recording on the B30 Pro. Now going on over to the final, probably the weakest point of this device is going to be the camera. So you get a 108 megapixel main sensor with no OIS, which means it's only going to have electronic image stabilization on here. And you can record up to 4K 30 frames per second on that rear camera. You also get an 8 megapixel ultra wide sensor, and you get a 2 megapixel macro sensor on there as well, so pretty much useless macro lens. The front-facing camera is going to be a 32 megapixel front-facing camera. You can record up to 1080p on that front-facing camera. And like I said earlier, the stabilization on video is a little shaky, especially if you're walking, because EIS is not as good as OIS on these type of devices. The shutter speed is actually kind of slow sometimes and almost lagging when you push the button and you push the shutter. It does take a little bit to actually take the photo and then you try to take another photo, it's still taking the first photo. So that can be a little annoying. As far as low light pictures, they can be a little noisy, especially using that front facing camera. And I'm not talking about like darkness, I'm talking about just a little low light indoors, and the front facing camera will produce very noisy and grainy photos. But other than that, for doing a job, busting it out and taking a picture, it actually takes pretty good shots, and the video is actually pretty good without stabilization. But the photos on here actually look pretty good. You might be seeing some flash on your screen, and for a $300 smartphone, I'm not mad about it. It'll get the job done. I would not recommend taking pictures of pets or children, since that slow shutter speed can result in some blurry photos. But as far as taking scenery shots and things like that, and photos and portraits, and taking normal video, you should be okay with this device. It'll get the job done. So that has been my view on the NUU B30 Pro 5G. An excellent smartphone if you want a cheap device that's going to have a nice display, excellent battery life, and decent cameras on here with some nice, pretty decent gaming chops. Check out the NUU B30 Pro. It's actually $300, and I think that is a fantastic price. If you get it cheaper, great, get it cheaper. But for under $300, the NUU B30 Pro is actually great buy. I'll post some links in the description down below for their website on NUU and for Amazon. That way you guys can go check this device out. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. I don't care. And I will see you next time here on Sick Eric Tech. Peace.